Whether you like mystery, magic, or drama, we have compiled the most exciting teen shows streaming on Netflix that you need to watch right now. Netflix had a great start to the year with the release of Ginny and Georgia's second season, which features Georgia Miller, a charming Southern beauty who relocates to a Massachusetts suburb with her two kids, Ginny and Austin. Ginny, a moody teenager, shares a classic love-hate relationship with her mom, and this is the show's central theme. The comedy drama quickly rose to the top of Netflix's ratings within a week. The show also tackles heavier topics such as self-harm, racism, and body image issues, which are relatable to teenagers with similar life challenges. Ginny's character spends significant time with her father, Zion, and his family. As she starts therapy, she closely examines her identity, not just as a trauma survivor, but also as a young Black woman. Antonia Gentry nails this role. Can you believe that she almost did not audition for it?
Really difficult. I barely did. And I get it in my inbox, the audition, and I almost did an audition for it because I thought I was going to fail out of school. But I read the script and I really connected to the character in a way that I hadn't before for other roles, and I knew that if I did an audition, I would regret it.
Along with your usual high school drama, she also discovers shocking revelations about her mother's past, revealing dark details and adding a murder mystery vibe to the whole show. But watch out, there might be a new witch in town. Meet Amaya, a bratty teenager in Netflix's You're Nothing Special. She's forced to move to her grandmother's town, Salabarria, from Barcelona, where she struggles to settle in with her family. Just when she thinks she's destined for a boring life, Amaya finds out that her grandmother is rumored to be a famous witch. Did she inherit her grandmother's supernatural powers, or is the show's title apt for her? You need to watch it to find out. But potion making and sorcery is not the only focus. There are a lot of teenage problems to live through. On her first or second day of school, Amaya makes a group of friends, Javi, Lucia, and Zhao. She also develops a crush on Azir, but unfortunately, he already has a girlfriend, Irene. Whether you believe in magic or not, this show will definitely cast a spell on you. Up next, Degrassi, Next Class. It marks a shift from the typical high school shows of the past. Rather than focusing on superficial stereotypes like who is the most popular, who's the hottest, or who gets into the best college, the show talks about the struggles of being a teen in this age of Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram and TikTok. They're dealing with real but evolved issues, such as accepting a gender-fluid classmate, supporting a lesbian valedictorian, and standing against racism towards Syrian immigrants. What's refreshing about the fourth season of Degrassi Next Class is that it breaks free from the traditional and shallow high school dramas. Instead, it addresses the pressing issues of today's world, like feminism, mental health, and privilege. It highlights the importance of being politically conscious and socially inclusive, because Gen Z is clearly done with outdated labels and judgments. Stories help us process the real world and reveal more about the person telling them than anything else. This is a recurring theme of our next show. Mike Flanagan, the creator of the popular shows such as The Haunting of Bly Manor and Midnight Mass, takes on a new subject matter in his latest work, The Midnight Club. The series, based on a young adult novel by Christopher Pike, centers on Ilanka, a top-performing high school senior who is diagnosed with thyroid cancer, derailing her plans to attend Stanford University. As her condition worsens and becomes terminal, she decides to stay at Brightcliff, a hospice for teenagers under the care of Dr. Georgina Stanton. One night, while exploring the hospice, Ilanka discovers the Midnight Club, a group of patients who tell each other ghost stories in the library. As she gains their trust, we realize that the stories are not just fiction, but based on the teens' own lives, their emotional baggage and struggles. Set in the 90s, the Midnight Club offers a deep and haunting look into the theme of death and how young people cope with their mortality. But wait until you watch Heartstopper, which is really sweet. In fact, The Guardian says it is possibly the loveliest show on TV. In the beginning, we are introduced to Charlie Spring, the only gay student in his school, who hooks up with a closeted Ben while also getting over a harrowing year of bullying following his forced outing. Understandably, he suffers from poor self-esteem and even lower self-worth. He soon grows feelings for Nick Nelson, a popular straight member of the rugby team, even though they appear to have nothing in common. Will it remain unrequited or develop into genuine friendship and affection? The youngsters in Heartstopper are teenagers you'd actually want to hang out with in real life. They're young adults who are emotionally mature and dealing with severe problems while also enjoying their youth. The cast too is really adorable and fans love them. They were also spotted at a Pride rally recently. But this next show is magical and brutal. That's how I would describe the bastard son and the devil himself. In a divided world of witches, two warring clans of magic users fight over legacy, tradition, and power. A young boy, the focus of a prophecy, must figure out where he fits in, grappling with his family legacy and the true nature of his powers. The story follows Nathan Byrne, a young black witch in England's countryside, who struggles to make friends. After being deemed a threat by the Fairborn Council, he and Annalise O'Brien, the daughter of the Council leadership, make a run for it with the help of Gabriel Booten, an emissary of a powerful witch. Tune in to find out if they succeed in this bewitching adaptation of the young adult novel Half Bad by Sally Green. And it looks like it's now time for some royalty. It's a new term at Hillelska, Sweden's most prestigious boarding school, and Crown Prince Wilhelm is back after a bleak winter break. With the recent passing of his brother Eric, Willie is now the sole heir to their Swedish throne, adding even more weight to his already heavy burden. He's also dealing with a strained relationship with his mother, heartbreak from the end of his relationship with Simon, and the sting of August's betrayal. In season 1 of Young Royals, we saw Willie explore his sexuality and come to terms with his true self. It was a whirlwind of excitement, falling in love, and navigating new relationships. But in season 2, we see the aftermath of all that turbulence. It's a calmer, more introspective season that delves into the complexities of growing up and dealing with the aftermath of difficult choices. But have you heard of Warrior Nun? This is a female-led fantasy adventure that combines two opposing worlds, science and religion. In season 1, we meet Ava, a quadriplegic girl who miraculously comes back to life after an ancient Halo artifact is implanted into her back. As the new Halo bearer, she's tasked with leading a group of badass nuns who are combat trained and ready to take on the forces of evil as a secret division of the Vatican. But hold on to your Halo, because season 2 takes it up a notch. It delves into the history and roots of Christianity and Catholicism in a way that you rarely see in fiction. It's a unique blend of sci-fi and religion that will keep you on the edge of your seat and leave you wanting more. And did I mention that the action choreography in the show is simply the best? Watch Alba Baptista, the protagonist who is currently busy romancing Chris Evans, train for her role. Cherry on the cake? The slow burn queer romance in season 2 has definitely swooned fans worldwide, and they're rooting hard for season 3. And this one just keeps getting better and better. Yes, we're talking about Sex Education. It just might be the best teenage show of our times. There are a lot of shows that throw in characters of color, disabled characters, queer characters, or all the above, just to gain clout. If you're like me, tired of seeing this, Sex Education is a refreshing antidote. Of course, sex is the overarching theme of the show, but not in a perverse, horny, or malicious way. It deals with the subject with unmatched empathy. The show is informative without being preachy. How rare. The third season starts with a new school year, but many of the Moordale students are still up to their old tricks. Otis and Maeve are still at odds. Eric and Adam are developing a romance. Amy is still finding it difficult to have a sexual relationship with her boyfriend Steve, and Jean is now pregnant, but her ex-boyfriend Jacob is unaware of it. There are a lot of new additions as well, and no, I am not talking about Otis's awkward mustache. Did you watch the latest season? The internet is divided on Team Rotis versus Team Modus. Don't forget to tell us who you preferred more with Otis. We already have a little sneak peek into season 4 and it looks so good. And guess what else we got? The latest scoop on everything you need to know about what's new and trending on Netflix. So if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And now let's move on to Dairy Girls, a hilarious coming-of-age story that follows 5 working-class friends attending a Catholic girls' school in the 1990s. When we first meet Erin and her gang, they are 16 and starting a new school year, dealing with all the typical adolescent problems. They fight with their parents, lie to their teachers, and stress about tests, just like any other teenager. But the unique thing about this show is the background of sectarian violence in the area complicates their daily lives. However, the characters' main concerns are still those universal to growing up. The show resonated deeply with teens who grew up in difficult situations. Watch Nicola Coughlan, who plays Claire in the series, yes, the one from Bridgerton, talk about it.
Like, you wouldn't think it would have translated so well, but people, like, I got a message from a girl who grew up in the Kashmir region, and she was saying, God, this is what it was like for me growing up. And you think,
in Kashmir?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Dairy Girls captures the essence of adolescence, which is a ticking time bomb in itself. Don't you agree? The characters are on the brink of change, as is the place where they live. The best thing about the show is its focus on friendships and family. If you're tired of seeing trashy romance tropes and teenage lives being over-sexualized on TV, Derry Girls will come to your rescue. So these were the top 10 Netflix teen shows to watch. So how many of these shows from this list have you already watched? Or which one are you going to watch next? Comment your favorite below. And thanks for watching. Until next time.